Good morning everyone. So welcome you all to the fourth lecture of microwave engineering. So in the earlier lecture we had discussed about what are the different types of waveguide, what are the advantage of waveguide. Now in this lecture we will discuss about the transverse magnetic mode of the waveguide. We will also generate the expression of the transverse magnetic mode. Now what is the rectangular waveguide? We already discussed, we just memorize the things. It is a hollow metal tube with rectangular cross section. It is for high frequency application. So whenever we comes to the what are the different modes of the waveguide, so it is used only for transverse electric and transverse magnetic. Waveguide is not used for transverse electromagnetic. So transverse electromagnetic modes is not feasible in our waveguide concept. So whenever we will see the transverse magnetic mode, what is transverse magnetic mode? So transverse magnetic mode, the propagation of the waveguide, the propagation direction, the magnetic field is zero. If the waveguide is or wave is propagated through this direction, then the magnetic component will be zero in that particular direction. So that is called transverse magnetic mode. Now coming to the transverse magnetic mode. So now we will generate the field expression of the transverse magnetic. So we are considering one rectangular waveguide which has broader dimension, that is in x-axis the value is A, and in the y-axis the value is A, and in the y-axis we will see the B. So in the x-axis A value and in the y-axis that is B value. Now coming to the next point, so that is the x, y, z direction, which direction the wave is propagating from one place to another place. For our analysis, we will consider this direction is wave is propagating along the z direction, and that broader dimension is x, A, and that height is B. Now the wave is propagating, the propagation is e to the power minus j beta z. So we are considering the lossless transmission. So that's why we are considering j beta z. But in your sum box they are considering e to the power minus gamma z. Where gamma we can write that gamma equal to alpha plus, where alpha is the lossless cases. So if you will call lossless, then alpha become 0. So gamma will be minus. So that is the same thing. So that is for, we are considering that rectangular waveguide for transverse magnetic mode. So in the transverse magnetic mode, the wave we are considering wave is propagate along the z direction, and in the z direction the magnetic field component is 0. Already that is the definition of transverse magnetic mode. In the wave propagation direction, the magnetic field component is 0, but electric field component is. Now first start from the wave equation. So wave equation is del square Ez plus omega square mu epsilon Ez equal to 0. So that is the wave equation, and as well as del square Z plus omega square mu epsilon Az equal to 0. So whenever we will see the wave equation, that for transverse magnetic mode Az value equal to 0. So this wave equation, so we will directly Az equal to 0. So we will find only the from this equation del square Ez plus omega square mu epsilon equal to 0. Okay. Now coming to the transverse magnetic field, we already discussed Az equal to 0. So the wave equation will be del square Ez plus omega square mu epsilon Ez equal to 0. Now what is the value of this del square? So del square we can write del square equal to dou 2 by dou x2, dou 2 by dou y2, dou 2 by dou z2. So that is the partial derivative of the dou 2 by dou x2, that is x axis, y and z. Now we will write all those values in this equation 1. So we will get del square Ez plus divided by dou x square plus del square Ez by dou y square plus del square Ez by dou z square equal to omega square epsilon Ez equal to 0. So where Ez is the function of x, y and z. So that is the first part, which Ez is the partial derivative of dou x square, then dou square Ez by dou y square and dou square Ez by dou z square and omega square mu epsilon Ez. So the same equation which is coming from the first point, the equation is same. That equation we have rewritten there. Okay. So here changes is, instead of del square, that we will place this del square. So del square Ez by dou x square, del square Ez by dou y square, del square Ez by dou z square plus omega square mu epsilon Ez equal to 0. Where omega is the frequency, mu is the permeability of the medium, E equal to epsilon of the medium or permittivity of the medium, and Ez our direction of the propagation of the wave, z direction. Now Ez we can write that x of x, y of y and z of z. So Ez is the variable of x variable, y variable and z variable. Now coming to the, so if we will place the value of Ez equal to x, y and z, because Ez is the variable of function which has variable as x, y and z. If we will place x, y and z in this equation, now we will place the value of Ez in this equation. So we will place, instead of Ez, we will place x, y, z, and we will see how the equation will come. Now if we will place Ez, then yz d square x by dx square, xz d square y by dy square, xy d square z by dz square, omega square mu epsilon xyz equal to 0. So here we are placing, instead of Ez, we are placing the value of x, y and z. Okay. So but here, earlier case we have seen that Ez dou 2 y by, sorry. So earlier case we have seen dou 2 y by dou 2 Ez by dou x square, dou 2 Ez by dou y square plus dou 2 Ez by dou z square. But now if we will place the Ez equal to x, y, z in this position, then this partial derivative is converted to the whole derivative. So that's why there is no partial equation, because it is only the function of x. Y, z we are taking constant and we kept outside. Now coming to the, now if the whole equation is divided by x, y and z, then what will happen? Now whole the equation will derive in x, y, z. So now see, if yz is divided by xyz, then it will come 1 by x, d2x by dx2. If xz is divided by xyz, it will come 1 by y, d2y by dy square, plus if this component, then we will get 1 by z, d square z by dz square plus omega square mu epsilon equal to 0. So here we will see, this whole thing is the function of x. So there is no other components are there. This whole thing is the function of y, and this whole thing is the function of z. So that is the x, it is the function of y, and it is the function of z, and this part we are taking as a constant. Clear? So first we started from the Helmholtz equation, that is del square Ez divided by del square Ez plus omega square mu epsilon Ez equal to 0. and then we'll put the value of d square by dou x square plus d square by dou y square and dou square by dou z square, that dou component. Then later on we place value of Ez, that is x, y, z. So then we'll reach this equation. Now coming to the next point. So here, so these three parts, this plus, this plus, this plus, this constant equal to 0. So we are considering 1 by x, d square x divided by 1 by, that is the constant, that is minus s square. This part we are taking another constant, that is minus b square. And this part we are considering 1 by z, dz by d square equal to minus beta square. So here we are considering this part, the wave is varying in longitudinal direction. If this is the waveguide, then this x and y axis, that is the this x and y, the wave will vary in longitudinal direction. So that's why that is constant. But here phase point will come in this direction, in z direction. Whenever we will see z direction, that is beta is phase constant. So phase constant will come in this direction. So here we divided the three part, that is one constant, this one is second constant, and this part is constant, the phase constant. So these two part is regarding to the longitudinal variation, and this part is the transverse component, which is travel or wave is move in z direction. We find the x component, y component and z component separately. Now we'll see, we'll do the solution of x component. So x component will get 1 by x, d square x, dx square, that is we are considering one constant. So if we'll find out the derivative of x of x, we'll get c1 cos ax plus c2 sin. We already did this type of solution in the first year maths solution. So that is the double order constant variable. So two variables are there. One is c1 and another one is c2. Now coming to the point of y square. So y square also, the 1 by y d2y by dy square minus b square. So that is b is constant, and we will find out its solution is c3 cos by plus c4 sin by, where c3 and c4 are the constant. Now coming to the z component. So y component will get and x component cos and sin variation, but z component will get the variation of phase. So the equation will become z of z equal to c5 e to the power minus j beta z plus c6 e to the power j beta z. But we are considering the wave is propagating through a conductor in a positive z direction. You are considering the wave propagating in positive z direction. So if we will consider the wave is propagating in positive z direction, and that the thing is there, the variable is C1, C2, C3, C4 and C5. C6 variable is already 0 because we are considering an infinite transmission line. So we should find out the value of C1, C2, C3 and C4 and C5. So for these things we are considering the rectangular waveguide consideration. So first we will write the equation, that is Ez equal to x of x, y of y and z of z. So first we will write this equation, then we will put this equation from the earlier slide. We will get Ez equal to c1 cos ax plus c2 sin ax plus c3 cos by plus c4 sin by into c5 e to the power minus j beta z. Now we are applying the boundary condition. So when we will applying the boundary condition, we will see for Ez equal to 0, because this is the perfectly conductor area in the y direction. So if the wave is there, then electric field component, because this is the perfectly conductor and this part also perfectly conductor in the y direction. So at y equal to 0 and y equal to b, the z value will be 0. But whenever comes to the x direction, we will see in this point and this point, when the wave is touches the perfect conductor, the component of z value is 0. So for now we will consider for x of 0 case, the C1 value will be 0. How the C1 value is 0? For x of 0 case, whenever we will see x of 0, then this part Ez will become 0 for this part only. So this part we are, if x of 0 will put, then this sine part will become 0. So this part we are getting 0. So for Ez equal to 0, for this part should be 0. Because cos 0 we are getting 1, then C1 must be 0. So we are getting the C1 value is 0. Now coming to the next, for y of 0, C3 will be 0. So how? So similar like for whenever we will go through this one, so for y equal to 0, this part is 0. So Ez value will be 0 only if C3 equal to 0, because this component value is 1. So we will get the equation of Ez is slightly reduced because this part will be 0 and C3 will be 0. So we will get C5, C2, C4 sin AX, sin AY e to the power minus j beta z. So now we are getting reduced expression. So that expression is C5, C2, C4 sin AX, sin AY and e to the power minus j beta z. Now we are considering that whole constant is C. So C is the constant for C5, C2 and C4, that is the variation. So we find that that is the magnitude of the electric field, that C is defines the magnitude of the electric field in that z direction. Now coming to the another point, so how we will find out the value of A and B? So whenever we will see that A component sin By, so here this also sin By. So we will refer this equation. So when x equal to A, we will see when x equal to A, the Ez value will be 0. So earlier case we will see x equal to 0. Now we will see x equal to A, this part x equal to A, sin A will be 0. So if sin A will 0, then A will be m phi. So if A will be m phi, A will be m phi divided by A. So similarly, we also find out for y equal to B case, we are finding BB equal to n pi, because we know from our mathematical understanding that if sin 0 equal to sin x equal to 0, then x equal to n phi. So that is our normal mathematical concept. From this concept, we are finding out the value of A and B. Now B value is n pi by B. So A equal to m pi by A and B equal to n pi by B. So we will replace the A and B value in this particular Ez equation. So we will get Ez equal to C sin m pi by A into x sin m pi by n pi by B into y into e to the power minus j beta z, and Az component is 0. So that are the two components we are found in which wave is propagating in z direction. Now coming to the other field expression, that is Ez and Hz, we already find out that Ez is this one and Hz is 0. Now coming to the Ex, so Ex equal to minus j beta divided by a square dou Ez by dou x. Here Hz component is also there, but due to Hz equal to 0, we are not considering the Hz component in there, because Hz equal to 0. So we are finding out Ex and Ey. So in terms of, we are placing that Ez is there, and we are finding out the value of Ex and Ey. So whenever we will finding out the value, we will see, we will just do the partial derivative of this part. So partial derivative minus C j beta divided by a square, that is the constant. So C will come there. So cos instead of sin, that is the x derivative. So sin derivative is cos, and that part is constant m pi by a. It will also come there. Okay. So similarly, Ey also we are finding out but taking partial derivative. Now coming to the Hx and Hy. So Hx is j omega e epsilon divided by dou Ez divided by a square into dou y. So we will get the expression is c j omega epsilon divided by a square n pi by b, that is the constant. We are finding out that sine terms we are giving cos terms, so we will get that constant and other part will be same because that is the partial derivative for y. Similarly, we are finding out the Hy. So that is the complete expression, field expression for the transverse magnetic mode. So in the transverse magnetic mode, the Hz component is 0 along z direction. There is no wave is magnetic field is there, but electric field is there. So that is the total field expression for the transverse magnetic mode. So in this lecture, we discuss about the expression of the rectangular waveguide. Why transverse magnetic mode is not existing in the rectangular waveguide? If you see the earlier slide, if transverse magnetic field, if x equal to a equal to 0 or x equal to 0, so here one component is there. If we will put any value is 0, then the overall expression will be no electric field and magnetic field is there in particular direction. So there is no transverse electromagnetic mode is existed. In later slide also or in successive lecture also we will discuss about that transverse magnetic mode, why not exist by putting 0 and others. What is transverse magnetic mode? So we already discussed about transverse magnetic mode. That is the in z direction there is no wave propagation, magnetic component is 0. So thank you everyone.